What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about what's happening with Tesla stock as the whole market's taking a bit of a hit right now, and we're approaching some very, very key levels. I'm also going to talk about Elon Musk because I'm seeing a lot of headlines involving him, some news about him involving his views on Tesla, and some things that he has said that's very important. So I want to break down why he's making a lot of headlines right now, what's going on with the markets, and also how Tesla's kind of like falling right here. Let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you're guaranteed 7 free stocks, and offer ends very soon, just about 5 days from now. Anyways, for Tesla, we saw this very, very big rejection. We first failed to hold 182 and continued to fall, and then we lost support at 178, and that opened the doors for us to start dipping to 175, if not 173. And those are the levels Tesla kind of respected for today so far. So see how it came down to 175. It rebounded, actually went up to about 178, then came back down, lost 175, and now we're approaching the 173 area. This is where we have this support. So 173 and 172 is where we have some support for Tesla. If we lose that area, there's going to be an even bigger dip. So unfortunately, Tesla's looking kind of weak right now. And with it dipping the way it is, we'll be watching to see how well it holds in the 173 area. But for now, there's a lot of bears stepping in. They have the edge right now. They're continuing to dip Tesla lower, and the trend is still more bearish for the time being. Now, the same thing could be said about SPY and the others, but I want to focus on Elon Musk first because we saw a lot of headlines involving him. One more thing, we just had some bill auctions come out, and all the data that's supposed to come out for today is out, besides Bostic, who's about to give a speech. As far as Elon Musk goes, there's been a lot of talk about how, headlines are saying that Elon Musk doesn't want to talk about whether he's committed to bringing low-cost EVs to the market. And I find that to be kind of ridiculous that they're saying this, because what essentially happened was a bunch of reporters came up to Elon Musk, and he didn't want to make any comments at the time. So that doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't have any commitments to this technology. He doesn't want to, continue to expand it. There could be times where Elon Musk is tired or he's busy doing something else and he doesn't want to, comment on things. So we shouldn't kind of like make that assumption. That's like the way I feel. I feel like these headlines are kind of assuming that. So they're just trying to make a lot of headlines, get you to think that Musk is not committed, this and that, when that's not really what's going on. The truth is, Musk just didn't want to comment right now, and we have to wait and see what he actually says before we can make any little assessments, right? You want to make that very, very clear. Sometimes Musk could be going through some things. Maybe he doesn't want to always talk about everything that's going on around him. So we'll just have to see how things go with this, and we'll wait for any more comments by him. On top of all of this, there's also news right over here that others are arguing that Elon Musk is kind of pushing the boundaries of CEO compensations. The reason for that is because he's been pushing for a compensation package worth $56 billion. It was struck down by the Delaware courts earlier this year, but he's still trying to continue to push through the legal system to get it approved. With that happening, with Elon Musk potentially receiving this package, with his different ideas and such. I personally don't really have an opinion on it, but this is up to the shareholders to decide. Many shareholders actually are not in agreement with this. They're actually disagreeing. They think it's too much. Other people think very differently of it. So we'll see if anything else happens. But so far, Musk is still holding the same view that he wants this pay package. That's what he said very recently. And he also mentioned that he wants 25% of the company to continue to develop AI and robotics and to feel comfortable in doing so. So we'll see how things go with that. There's also news right over here that Elon Musk said that he's against President Joe Biden's tariffs on Chinese EVs. That's very, very important because with these new EVs that are coming out, it's going to have a big effect on different incentives between these countries. It's intended to boost U.S. manufacturing, but Musk doesn't really agree with them. Musk said that neither Tesla nor I asked for these tariffs. In fact, I was surprised when they were announced. Things that inhibit freedom of exchange or distort the market are not very good. So there are different views of this. Could Elon Musk be biased in saying that? Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, who knows? But if you do interpret this as something that kind of distorts the market of exchange, then you could say whatever you want. And at the same time, one could also argue that this may have a bigger effect on China as well, because how may China respond to this is something else you have to kind of consider. But at the end of the day, Biden can do whatever he wants in terms of these policies. It's up to you guys to decide if you want to agree with that or not. Elon Musk could also have his own opinion, but I just want to let you guys know that he is in disapproval of this. And excuse me, and I'm not going to get too political with this. That's all I just wanted to say, at least about that. On top of this, the Tesla board, former board members, excuse me, they're saying that Tesla could use more of Elon Musk's focus, and that's actually something worth noting. So many people kind of criticize Elon Musk. They say that he's too kind of like obsessed with SpaceX too, into like Twitter, doing all these different things. He's on X, and he doesn't put enough focus on Tesla in itself. So my view of that is to say this: despite the fact that Musk has his, his attention all over the place, I still believe that he's one of the best CEOs on the planet, and he still does a great job at really building his vision. For now, there are hardships for Tesla. Yes, things are difficult for them, but that is just for the short term. For the long term, I'm still very, very bullish in this company. I'm very, very excited for what the future holds. And I think that Musk is still doing a great job to set us up on a good path. That's what I just wanted to note. So I wouldn't necessarily just say that, I wouldn't just solely criticize Musk. I'd also give him some credit for the, great work that he has done. Now, would it benefit Tesla if he were to focus more on Tesla and just kind of, put less time on things like X and SpaceX and etc.? I think all those other things are important, of course. No, I don't want to criticize them, but from a different standpoint, yes, it is true. It would benefit Tesla more if Musk put a lot more attention on just Tesla. He already gives it quite a bit of attention, but that is something that I just wanted to note. And then finally, Tesla has also announced that it's ending its hiring freeze right now, but only for one department. So that's something else that's worth noting. Tesla's entire organization has, it's been laying off quite a few people. They're estimating that about 15% of the company has been laid off and may even continue to increase. And they've implemented a hiring freeze. So we'll see if anything else happens, if anything else changes right over here. There's no new listings on the career website right here, other than a few educational programs. Now they're intending on doing this for different positions for career websites. You can notice that all of them are under the autopilot and robotics category. They are related to self-driving efforts, so those are the ones that have some new positions possibly, but that's pretty much it. Anyways, for Tesla, what do I see for the share price? Pretty weak looking. We just approached this 173 zone of support. We have resistance now at 175, 176.67, and then 178. Overall, I think that Tesla's looking relatively weak, especially with the market, and there is a risk of this actually dipping a little bit lower and just continuing to shuffle in the 173 to 172 zone. So I do see a little bit more downside as a possibility. There's no sign of a big bounce yet, and Tesla looks a little bit weak for the time being. Could things change tomorrow? It sure could, but we just have to wait and see. For SPY, we came all the way down to the 575s. Now we're trying to get a little rebound right here. We'll see if we end up testing our hourly 200 EMA close to 525 or not. We're in the 525 zone anyway, so it did reach the 525s. And we'll see if we end up holding these for the time being. We try to get a little rebound later. If we do break past 526.6, look for 528 as the next resistance. And for now, we're looking kind of weak, but we are due for some buyers to try to defend. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. So we'll give this some time. Nvidia is still holding up relatively well. It went all the way up to about 1,062. And with that nice little push that came, we'll be watching to see if we get a little retracement soon on Nvidia even. Could we come down to the 0.236 retracement to hit 1,029? It's possible. It could dip just a little bit, but it's not going to be that crazy. Nvidia is still up 9%. It's still holding up very well. For the QQQ, this is dipping just a little bit. So you guys can see right over here, we got quite a bit of a dip right here. We're approaching our support right here at 453.25. If we lose this, there's going to be another dip all the way down to the 452 area, followed by 450. Overall, the chart is looking a little bit weaker on the QQQ, but I think that it's trying to base right here at the support. It's been holding this 453 area many times. We actually got 3 bounces here. So watch this 453 support as a critical level. If we lose this, we will turn a lot more bearish and start dipping lower. If we bounce off this, we're going to be fine, but just watch that 453 zone. It's going to be critical for us. If it does lose it, make sure you watch 451.8 to 452. That's going to be key for us. For Aapl, Apple's also kind of dipping a bit. We approached our 200 EMA. We had the head and shoulders that led to this little sell-off towards 187.25. And now we're approaching resistance at 188, followed by 188.5. Overall, the chart is a little bit more bearish looking, but we'll have to see if we can hold above our 200 EMA, if there's any sort of rebound or not. So I'll be watching that very, very carefully. On top of all of this, I just wanted to say that right now, Amazon's on 180 approaching supports. If we lose that, we'll look for 178. If we hold it, we could try to bounce here. We did bounce here last time, so watch 180 as a critical level on Amazon. Coinbase is at a critical level at 220. We could get a little closer to our 200 EMA at 218. So 220 to 218 is going to be key. Do we bounce off here? Do we end up losing this support? If we do lose this, we turn more bearish. So far, it's holding this 220 to 218 zone, so watch that very carefully. For Meta, we're also dipping a bit. We were trying to rebound, now we kind of rejected. We have support currently at 462. We have resistance at 465 and 468. 8. I'll be watching those levels very, very carefully. With that being said, guys, that is it for the video for now. Just know the market is getting a bit of a rejection, so we'll have to give it the time it needs. And Tesla's just shuffling in these lower levels. So just be very mindful of the fact that we're looking pretty very weak right now, and we'll just have to watch these levels at least moving forward. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you guys very soon on the next video update in just a few hours. And please take care of yourselves. Thank you and peace out.